वंदे वेदांतरत्वज्ञं विदुषेखरभारतीं सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां संभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् भ्यां नमः. Now we are going to do the Ganapati Puja.
मुदाकरात्मोदकं सदा विमुक्तिसाधकं कलाधरावतंसकं विलासिलोकरक्षकं मुदाकरात्मोदकं सदा विमुक्तिसाधकं कलाधरावतंसकं विलासिलोकरक्षकम् अनायकैकनायकं विनाशिते भदैत्यकं नताशुभाशुनाशकं नमामि तं विनायकम् नमामि तं विनायकम् न तेतरातिभीकरं नवोदितार्कभास्वरं न मत्सुरारिनिर्जरं न ताधिकापदुद्धरं सुरेश्वरं निधीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं तमाश्रये परात्परं निरन्तरम् परात्परं निरन्तरम् समस्तलोकशङ्करं निरस्तदैत्यकुञ्जरं तरेतरोदरं वरं वरे भवत्रमक्षरं कृपाकरं क्षमाकरं मुदाकरं यशस्करं मनस्करं नमस्कृतां नमस्करोमि भास्वरम् नमस्करोमि भास्वरम् अकिञ्चनातिमार्जनं चिरन्तनोक्तिभाजनं पुरारिपूर्वनन्दनं सुरारिगर्वशर्वणं प्रपञ्चनाशभीषणं धनञ्जयादिभूषणं कपोलदानवारणं भजे पुराणवारणं भजे पुराणवारणम् नितान्तकान्तदन्तकान्तिमन्तकान्तकात्मजम् अचिन्त्यरूपमन्तहीनं मन्तराय ग्रन्थनं हृदन्तरे निरन्तरं वसन्तमेव योगिनां तमेकदन्तमेव तं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततं हृदन्तरे निरन्तरं वसन्तमेव योगिनां तमेकदन्तमेव तं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततम् महागणेश पञ्चरत्नमादरे योन्वहं प्रजल्पति प्रभातगे हृदि स्मरन् गणेश्वरम् अरोगतामदोषतां सुसाहितीं सुपुत्रतां समाहितायुरष्टभूतिमभ्युमैति सोचिरात्।
ओम नमः देवानां मनार्थं दुष्कृतां कृतेन्द्रारं तत्देवतात्मानन्तरं ब्रह्माग्रविष्टर्गदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् ब्रह्मास्मै श्री गुरवे नमः.
Namaskar. I now request Iyer Mama to say a few words about the program.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Respected Dharmatma Dr. Yajna Subramaniam, Rajya Lakshmi and the family members, fellow students and invited guests. it is a great honor, and let me thank M.D. Srinivas and Kichi for requesting me to say a few words on this momentous occasion when we celebrate the 28th anniversary of the tradition that we have maintained to honor our Guru on Vijayadashmi Day. It is really a special honor to offer our namaskarams in the traditional manner to a person who is not only a scholar but a visionary who has taken the bold step of following the tradition of Adi Shankara to build similar 4 centers in this country to spread the Advaita philosophy in this part of the world. That cannot be done by anybody except our own Guru, Dr. Yajna Subramaniam. This is because of the fact that he believes in Dharma, he believes with high respect for his Guru, that has given him the strength and the determination to achieve what he has desired. It is not only because of his lectures or his Veda class or the webinars that he conducts that we should be proud of, but at the same time we should learn a lesson from him in the sense that whatever he teaches us should contribute to values in our life and bring a discipline. Simple discipline, for instance, doing the Sandhya Vandanams all the 3 times in a day, which is a duty for us, or come in the traditional dress, which many people might think was so awkward to put on this vesti and come in the United States. But we have done it so uniformly, and we should thank him for that, because this is something which is not very common. I know there are Veda classes run over various places in this country which do not follow all the traditions, but here it is strictly a tradition that is observed by him, and that we owe to Dr. Yajna Subramaniam. I have been very fortunate to be one of the first students, and I will call him Mani Mama because that is affectionately referred to him by me, to be part of this class for the right from the beginning. And I have attended every function of this, and I pray that I can continue to be associated with them for further few more years. Before I end, I know a lot of people who are new faces here and might think, who is this old man talking right here? I am S.S. Iyer, known as Iyer Mama. I don't know why it stuck that way, but Iyer Mama is more, probably if they ask me S.S. Iyer, probably nobody will know it, including my wife. But Iyer Mama will be known by most of the people. I had good fortune of being associated with Mani since 1978 or 1988. I don't remember the exact date. And we have been very, very fortunate. We thank him for all the kindness that he has shown us all the time. And he has been a very close brother for me in this part of the world. And I thank you very much.
Only he can do namaskaram so many times at his age.
That's because of their blessings.
Thank you, Ayar Mama and Mom.
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम भगवान् देवानां गमनार्थं घंटारं तस्देवताक्रान्तनं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः ओम नमस्या परब्रह्मा ऋषि परमात्मा देवता देवी गायत्री छन्दा प्राणायामे विनियोगः ओम आपोज्य देवता ब्रह्म भगवत्वस्सरो मम पार्थ समस्ता दुर्दक्षे द्वारा श्री परमेश्वर प्रीत्यर्थं शुभाभ्यां शुभे मुहूर्ते जन्मनादिपराधे श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवत्सरमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे प्रथमे पादे क्रौञ्चद्वीपे रमणकवर्षे ऐन्द्रखण्डे महामेरोः पश्चिमे पार्श्वे कार्ते अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षट्यात्वत्सराणां मध्ये श्रीविडम्बनामनवत्सरस्य दक्षिणाजने वर्षऋतौ आश्वयुजमासे शुक्लपक्षे द्वादशी उपरि त्रयोदश्यां विपरितौ वासरः वासरस्तु वासराभानुवासरिक्तायां पूर्वाभाद्रा नक्षत्रेक्तायां शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषण विशिष्टायां अस्यां वर्तमानायां शुभतिथौ सर्वेषां शिष्यवर्गाणां क्षेमस्थैर्यवीर्यविदभयानन्दायुरारोग्यैश्वर्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं यजमानस्य गृहे सुविधान्त्रिवात्सल्यसौमनस्य निर्मलिप्तजीवनावाप्त्यर्थं शरीरे वर्तमानावृत्तिष्यमाना समस्तव्याधिनाशनपूर्वक दृढतरदेहारोग्यदा सिद्ध्यर्थं महागणपति पूर्णानुग्रहप्रसादेन सर्वाभीष्टफलसिद्ध्यर्थे महागणपति पूजाख्यं कर्म करिष्ये आदौ निर्विघ्नेन प्रथमाप्त्यर्थं महागणपति प्रार्थनं च करिष्ये ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं भवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवत्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पदः श्रीमन्नोतिभिर्षेदसादनं वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सिद्धिबुद्धिचक्रेत श्रीमहागणपतये नमः प्रार्थनां समर्पयामि सर्वविघ्नहरो भव तथा कलशपूजां करिष्ये कलशं गन्धाक्षरपत्रपुष्पैरभ्यर्च ओम कलशस्य मुखे विष्णुकण्ठे रुद्रस्तमाष्टदः मूले तत्र स्थिरो ब्रह्मा मध्ये मादिगणास्पृताः कुक्षौ सागराः सर्वे तप्तद्वीपावसन्धरा ऋग्वेदोऽथे दुर्वेदस्सामवेद उच्चधर्मणः अङ्गे चैताः सर्वे कलशामदमाष्टदाः तत्र गायत्री सावित्री शान्तिपुष्टिरी तथा आयातिले पूजार्थं दुर्दक्षे कारकाः गङ्गे चिमने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिन्धु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु सितमकर्षन्नां च प्रवर्णां त्रिनेत्रां करधरकलशवद्यत्सोत्पलाभिर्जवेत्तां विधिहरिहररूपां सेन्दुकोटिर्जूटां कलितत्रिकोलां जाह्नवीं तां नमामि गङ्गादिसर्वतीर्थेभ्यो नमः अत्र सन्निधाः सन्तु ॐ आपोहिष्ठामयोगस्थान ऊर्जे दधातना महेरणा शिक्षते योगशिवतमोरस्थस्य भारे देहनः उषतीरेव मातरः तस्मा अरङ्गमामभो यशिक्षयादिन्वथा आपो जनयथा जनः पूजोपद्रव्यान् च प्रोक्ष्य देवानां च प्रोक्ष्य आत्मानं प्रोक्ष्य तच्छेदं विसृज्य ॐ देहो देवालयश्चोक्तो जीवो देवस्तनातनः यदेतज्ञानिर्माल्यं सोऽहं भावेन पूजयेत् अथ ध्यानावाहनादिषोडशपदार्पूजाख्यं कर्म करिष्ये अथ ध्यानम् ॐ गजवनं दिव्यं दीक्षितमिष्टं त्रिनेत्रं बृहदुर्मतेशं भूतिरूपं पुराणम् अमरवरसपूज्यं रक्तवर्णं सुरेशं पशुपतिगुणमीशं विघ्नराजं नमामि श्रीमहागणपतये नमः ध्यायामि ध्यानं समर्पयामि ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः आवाहयामि ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः रत्नसिंहासनं समर्पयामि स्वागतम् ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः पादारविन्दयोः पाद्यं समर्पयामि एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः हस्तयोः अर्घ्यमर्घ्यं समर्पयामि ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः मुखे आचमनीयं समर्पयामि ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः स्नापयामि स्नानार्थे ओम भद्रं कर्णे विष्णुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्दत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः पुष्पवाकुंसस्तनोभिः यशेमदेवैनञ्जदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्वेनाः स्वस्ति नः साक्षो हरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ लं नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं भर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं भर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं भर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं कृतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवशोदारम् अवधातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुजानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवपूर्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि मनस्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयः चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयः ब्रह्ममयः तं सच्चिदानन्दमयोऽसि तं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदं तत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदं तत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदं त्वयैवेश्वरे सर्वं जगदं त्वयि तद्देवी तं भोगिरापो निलोचलोमुखः त्वं चकारात्मदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं गुणाकालयस्थितोचिन्त्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनां ध्यायन्ति नित्यं तं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वं इन्द्रस्त्वमन्यस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो गणानादि पूर्वमध्यायगणानादि तदनन्तरं अनुस्वारपरधरा अन्धेन्द्रं तारेण रुद्धं एतदवमनुस्वरूपं गकारपूर्वरूपं अकारो मध्यमरूपं अनुस्वारशान्तिरूपं बिन्दुरुद्ररूपं नारदस्थानं सगुणविदासन्धिः ऐषा गणेशविद्या गणपतिः त्रिचर्गायत्री छन्दः श्रीमहागणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं वासवस्कुशधारणं रदन्तवरदं वन्दे विज्ञानं विजगत्परं रक्तगम्भोजनं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवासिनं रक्तगन्धां विद्यानं रक्तपुष्पैः प्रपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवीं जगत्कारणमस्थितम् आविर्भूतं च दृष्ट्यालोकुते पुरुषास्त्रम् एवं ध्याययो नित्यं योगिनां नमो प्रातपदये नमो गणपतये नमस्तमदपदये नमस्तेर्लम्बोद्राय गणिताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवैष्णवपदये महागणपतये नमः स्नानं समर्पयामि स्नानाङ्गाचमनीयम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः वस्त्रार्थे अक्षरां समर्पयामि एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः उपवीतार्थे अक्षरां समर्पयामि पत्रोपवीतानन्तरयाचमनीयम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः आभरणार्थे पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि गन्धद्वारान्तरादर्शां ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां नित्यपरिमलगन्धं समर्पयामि गन्धस्योपरि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते कुङ्कुमचूर्णं समर्पयामि अर्चनप्रार्चनप्रियमेधासो अर्चना अर्चन्तवक्त्रका उदापुरन्दृष्मर्चना श्रीमहागणपतये नमः अक्षरां समर्पयामि आजनेते परायणे दूर्वा आरोहन्त पुष्पिणीः हृदाष्टमण्डले एकानि समुद्रस्थिग्रहा इमे श्रीमहागणपतये नमः नानाविधपरिमलपत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि नामपूजां करिष्ये ॐ सुमुखाय नमः ॐ एकदन्ताय नमः ॐ कपिलाय नमः ॐ गजकर्णकाय नमः ॐ लम्बोदराय नमः ॐ विकटाय नमः ॐ विघ्नराजाय नमः ॐ धूम्रकेतवे नमः ॐ गणाध्यक्षाय नमः ॐ बालचन्द्राय नमः ॐ वक्रतुण्डाय नमः ॐ भैरम्बाय नमः ॐ शूर्पकर्णाय नमः ॐ स्कन्दपूर्वजाय नमः ॐ विघ्नराजाय नमः श्रीमहागणपतये नमः नानाविध परिमलपत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि वनस्पतोत्पन्नगन्धादस्तमनोहरः आग्रे सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिष्ठितां श्रीमहागणपतये नमः परिमल धूपम् आग्रापयामि अथ दीपः ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः दर्शयामि धूपदीपानन्तरे आचमनीयं समर्पयामि नैवेद्यार्थे ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः ॐ सत्यं त्वर्तेन परिषिञ्चामि ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः वृतस्थापिता कदलीफल नारिकफलसेव्यफल मधुरफलनैवेद्यं निरीक्षस्व शङ्खाचक्र सुरभीधेनूतार्क्षितपञ्चमद्वर्ष्याधेनुद्रामृतीकृत्यमृतमस्तु ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ अपानाय स्वाहा ॐ व्यानाय स्वाहा ॐ उदानाय स्वाहा ॐ समानाय स्वाहा ॐ देवेभ्यः स्वाहा एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः पुरतस्थापिता मधुरफलानि नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि मध्ये मध्ये स्वादुदकं तर्पयामि अमृताभिधानपति स्वाहा उत्तरापोषणार्थं तर्पयामि अर्थवृक्षाणार्थं तर्पयामि पादवृक्षाणार्थं तर्पयामि गण्डूषार्थं तर्पयामि रोद्वर्तनार्थे श्रीचन्दनं समर्पयामि बलिहरणं विसर्जयामि क्रमुकताम्बूलं कल्पयामि समस्तोपचारान् समर्पयामि अधिकफलावाप्त्यर्थे महागणपतिप्रसादफलसिद्ध्यर्थे महामङ्गल नीराजनं च करिष्ये ॐ नमो प्राणपतये नमो गणपतये नमो गणपतये नमस्ते नमोदराय नमोदराय विज्ञानमये शिवदुर्गाय शिवनमोस्तये नमो नमः हिरण्यवात् ब्रह्मणो पूर्णन्दरादि सर्वभ्यो दारिद्री एकदा ब्रह्मणोपरमि एकदैवेदमानादित्येनो श्रीमहागणपतये नमः मङ्गलनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि परिमलपत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि रक्षां धारयामि देवतारक्षां शिरसा गृह्णामि सर्वत्र रक्षां धारयामि हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव ॐ योपां पुष्पं वेदा पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पुष्पान्भवति चन्द्रमा वापां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् राजान् पुष्पान् भवति राजाधिराजाय सख्यकामिने नमो वयं वैश्वराय विद्महे समे कामां कामाय कामेश्वरो वैश्वरवदारो वेदाय वैश्वराय महाराजाय नमः यो वेदानो सर्वतो वेदान्ते प्रतिष्ठः तस्य प्रकृतिर्यस्य परस्मैश्वरगणपतये नमः वेदोक्तमन्त्रपुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि ॐ यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मानि प्रकृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति दक्षिणपदे पदे अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष मां गणनायिकान् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः प्रदक्षिणपूर्वक साष्टाङ्गनमस्कारान् समर्पयामि ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् इदमर्घ्यं प्रसन्नार्घ्यं समर्पयामि प्रार्थनां करिष्ये ॐ अमराधरात्राणि क्रियन्ते हृदिशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्वगणनायिका आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजाकर्म न जानामि क्षमस्वगणनायिका एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् श्रीमहागणपतये नमः मनसा प्रार्थयामि प्रार्थनां समर्पयामि शतनामरादि समस्तोपचारार्थे पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि अनेन यावच्छक्तिध्यानावाहनादि षोडशोपचार पूजाराधनेन भगवान् सर्वात्मकः विघ्नहर्ता श्री महागणपतिप्रीयतां पूजाकाले मध्ये मन्त्रतन्त्रोपभेदप्राश्चितार्थं नामत्रयमान्तरं करिष्ये अच्युताय नमः गोविन्दाय गोविन्दाय नमः अच्युताय गोविन्दाय गोविन्देभ्यो नमः कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु प्रसीद भगवान् देव प्रसीद भक्तवत्सला प्रसादान् देहि मे देव त्वामहं शरणं गतः प्रसादान् देहि सुप्रसादो अस्तु महागणपतये नमः यथास्थानं प्रतिष्ठापयामि क्षवणार्थे क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय च ॐ क्षत्रस्य राजा वरुणोऽधिराजः नक्षत्राणागं शतभिषक्प्रतिष्ठः तौ देवेभ्यः कृणतो दीर्घमायुः महागणपतिप्रसादेन सर्वाभीष्टफलसिद्धिरस्तु
Now we will do Veda Parayanam as our tradition. So we can start with the Pancha Brahma mantra, the Satyojata mantras. We just chanted the Ganapati Atharvasesha. So we will do Pancha Brahma mantras, Narayana Atharvasesha, and then followed by Etat Samadhyana. So we will do the temple prasadam will be given. Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari Om
Ganapati Bhavamaye Vinam Namasostamam Jeshtaram Brahmanam Brahmaspataha Shrimanoti Siddhasadhanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajirvajinivati Dhinam Vikrevatu Om Shri Mahasaraswati Namaha Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Satyo Jatam Pradhyami Satyo Jataya Namo Namaha Bhave Bhavenati Bhave Bhavasvamam Bhavoddhavaya Namaha Vamadevaya Namo Jeshaya Namaha Shrestaya Namo Rudraya Namaha Kalaya Namaha Kalavikaraya Namo Kalavikaraya Namo Balaya Namo Balapramadaya Namaha Sarvabhutavahaya Namo Manonmanaya Namaha Agorebhyo Agorebhyo Ghora Sarvebhyo Sarvebhyo Namaste Sudurvabhubhebhyo Tatpurushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Ishara Sarva Vidyanam Ishara Sarva Bhutanam Brahmadipati Brahmanodipati Brahma Shivo Me Astu Sada Shivo Namo Hiranyabhagaye Hiranyavarnaye Hiranyarupaye Hiranyapataye Ambikapataye Umapataye Pashupataye Namo Namaha Pratakam Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Vishnavidaram Odharayam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Namo Namaha Rudraya Namostu Parusho He Rudrastam Namo Namaha Vishwam Bhutam Bhuvanam Chitram Bhutayam Jayamanante Sarvo He Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namostu Rudraya Kretase Vishtamaya Tapese Oje Vasantamarumte Sarvo He Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namostu Shanti Shanti Om Atha Purusho Hamai Narayano Kamayata Prajasuyeti Narayana Karano Jayate Manas Sarvendriyani Cha Kamvayam Jyotirapa Prithvi Vishwasya Dharini Narayana Dharma Yajna Narayana Rudro Jayate Narayana Indro Jayate Narayana Prajapaya Prajayante Narayana Dvadashaditya Rudra Sarvani Chandanti Narayana Deva Samupadhyante Narayane Kalavatante Narayane Kaliyante Om Athanityo Narayana Brahma परिष्टात् ओमित्येकाक्षरं नमैति द्वे अक्षरे नारायणायेति पञ्चाक्षराणि एतद्वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदं यो ह वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदमध्येति अनवब्रुवः सर्वमायुरेति इन्दते प्राजापत्यगं राजकोशं गौपत्यं ततो मृतत्वमश्नुते ततो मृतत्वमश्नुते एवं वेद प्रत्यगानन्दं ब्रह्मपुरुषं तपस्वरूपम् अथागर्भान्तादिति तामेकधा समपरत्वरेतभोगिः यमुक्त्वा मुच्यते योगी तन्मत्सारबन्धात् ॐ नमो नारायणाय मनोवासः वैकुण्ठपुरलोकं गमिष्यति तदिदं परं पुण्डरीकं विज्ञानगणं तस्मात् तदात्मात्रं ब्रह्मण्यो देवकी पुत्रो ब्रह्मण्यो मधुसूदनो सर्वभूतस्थमेकं नारायणं कारणरूपपरब्रह्मो एतदर्पसितो योगी आदरीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापं नाशयति सायमदीयानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति माध्यन्दिनमादित्या विमुखो दीयानो सर्ववेदपारायण पुण्यं लभते नारायणसायुज्यमाप्नोति नारायणसायुज्यमाप्नोति एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः एतत्सामगायन्नास्ते
Now we'll give the temple prasadam to Mama and Mom. In fact, after 25th anniversary of the Guru Vandanam event, Mama expressed an inclination not to continue with the event anymore. Although it is our tradition for us all to do Guru Vandanam on Vijayadashami day, Mama was not inclined to actually hold an event, especially to do it. But he agreed to continue doing it only for two reasons. One is the prasadam that acharyas send us as a blessing. Mama gets profuse blessings from acharyas, and he shared it with us so many times that he has been blessed in so many ways, so much, that he has no dearth of blessings. The reason he agrees to do this is for that Acharya Prasadam to reach us. That is the only reason. And the second reason is to recognize our love and respect, and although they are not inclined to hold an event, to recognize our love and respect and give opportunity for all the students to do a namaskaram to them, and that is their compassion. So this is the very important part of this event, offering prasadam from Sharadamba, who is right here, and followed by the prasadams from the Sringeri Matham and Kanchi Matham and other temples.
Om Bharati Karunapatram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinay Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tasavajyam Vidushekara Bharamim
Srimad Paramahamse
Jani Virudapadi Virajamana Srimad Jagadguru Sri Bharati Tirthamahaswamibhi Pradkarakama Sanjata Srimad Jagadguru Sri Vidushekara Bharati Mahaswamibhischa Anugrihitoyam Saparivaraspaka Shri Sharada Chandramauli Sharaprasadaha. देहि सौभाग्यमारोग्यं देहि देवि परं सुखं रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषो जहि ओम आनंदो ब्रह्मे दिव्यजानात् आनन्दाद्येव कल्पिमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनन्देन जातानि जीवन्ति आनन्दं प्रेत्य विशन्तीति सैषा भार्गवी विद्या परमे व्योमन् प्रतिष्ठिता एवं वेद प्रतिष्ठति अन्नवानं नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या ओम भारती करुणापात्रं भारती परभूषणं भारती परमारूढं भारती तीर्थमाश्रये विद्यावेदं सम्पन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञं विदुषेकरभारतीं श्रीमत्परमहंसपरिव्राजकाचार्यवर्या भगवाख्यप्रमाणपारापारपारेण यमनियमासनप्राणायामप्रत्याहारधारणाध्यानसमाधिष्ठानयोगानुष्ठानमिष्टा तपश्चक्रवर्ती अनाद्यविच्छिन्न श्रीशङ्कराचार्यपरम्परा प्राप्त षड्दर्शनस्थापनाचार्य व्याख्यानसिंहासनाधीश्वर सकलनिगमागमसारहृदय साङ्ख्यत्रयप्रतिपादक वैदिकमार्गप्रवर्तक सर्वतन्त्रस्वतन्त्र आदिराजधानी विद्यानगरमहाराजधानी कर्नाटकसिंहासनप्रतिष्ठापनाचार्य श्रीमद्राजाधिराजगुरु भूमण्डलाचार्य ऋष्यशृङ्गपरपराधीश्वर तुङ्गभद्राधीनवासी श्रीमद्विद्याशङ्करपादपद्माराधक श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीमदभिनवविद्यातीर्थमहास्वामी गुरुकरकमलसञ्जाता श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्री भारतीतीर्थमहास्वामिभिः सत्करकमलसञ्जाता श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्री विदुषेकर गणपति महास्वामिभिश्च अनुगृहीतोऽयं सपरिवारात्मक श्री शारदा चन्द्रमौळीश्वर प्रसादः सद्गुरुप्रसादः।
Medallion of Sringeri Acharya.
स्वस्ति श्रीमदखिल भूमण्डलालङ्कार त्रयस्त्रिंशत्कोटि देवता सेवित श्री कामाक्षी देवी सनाथ श्रीमदेनाम्बरनाथ श्री महादेवी सनाथ श्री हस्तिगिरिनाथ साक्षात्कार परमाधिष्ठान सत्यप्रदामाङ्कित काञ्ची दिव्य क्षेत्रे शारदा मठ सुस्थितानाम् अद्वैत सुधार समाधुर्य कमलासन कामिनी मालिका निश्चन्द्र भरतधरी सौगस्तिका विजृम्भणानन्द दुन्दुलित महिषी मण्डलानाम् अनवरताद्वैत विद्या विनोद सिंहानाम् निरन्तरालङ्कृत शान्तिदान्ति भूम्नाम् सकल पूर्ण प्रतिष्ठा श्री चक्र प्रतिष्ठा विख्यात यशोधरकृतानाम् निखिल भाषण दण्ड दण्डकोत्पादनेन विश्रीकृत वेद वेदान्त मार्ग सुमत प्रतिष्ठापकाचार्याणाम् श्रीमद् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु शंकरभगवत्पादाचार्याणाम् अधिष्ठाने सिंहासनाभिषिक्त श्रीमद् चन्द्रसेनेन्द्र सरस्वती संयमीन्द्राणाम् अधिष्ठाने सिंहासनाभिषिक्त श्रीमद् जयेन्द्र सरस्वती श्रीपादानाम् अन्ते वासिवती श्री शंकरप्रियेन्द्र सरस्वती श्रीपादानाम् साक्षरिबद्धं च नमस्कुर्मः।
Dr. Shankar Shastri gives a prasadam, it is including the Gomata prasadam also. Thank you for your blessings.
This is prasadam from Udupi, Suttige Mutt. Swami Omkarananda from Deni. You all know Swamiji. So he speaks very highly of Manimama, and he agreed to give his Anugrah Bhashanam for all of us, and on the video feed live, he's talking right now. So we'll all listen to his Anugrah Bhashanam and then proceed with the program.
ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि नमामि शङ्कराचार्यं सर्वलोकैकपूजितं भजे श्रीभारतीतीर्थं शारदापीठसद्गुरुं भारतीकरुणापात्रं भारतीपदभूषणं भारतीपदमारूढं भारतीतीर्थमाश्रये विद्याविनयसम्पन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञं विभुशेखरभारतीं त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्यार्चरणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव अहं नमामि वरदां ज्ञानदां त्वां सरस्वतीं प्रयच्छतिमतां बुद्धिं प्रसन्ना भव सर्वदा. I am very happy to note Shri Manimama's Guru Vandanam program. It is Sanatana Dharma Guru Vandanam. I think my thinking is like that. I try to speak in English, even though I am not very confident, but because of request, I am giving my views, my upanyasam in English language. Manimama's service, this Guru Vandanam Puja program, 28th year. Last year I was in that. I am very happy that time. Now also I am very happy because the Sanatana Dharma Mahima. Now we are having a wonderful place in Chennai, Adai one devotee gave this land to us, and all of the bhaktas contributed, especially initiated by Manimama only. This place is now excellent place for giving giving talks and classes from here. This is called Agni Global Classroom. Last year, April 15, Manimama alone inaugurated our Agni Global Classroom in Theni, Vedapuri. Now we are inaugurating from here. This is the first talk I am giving from this hall. Guru's glory, Sringeri Dakshinamnaya, Sri Sharada Pethadhipati, Jagat Guru's blessings. We are starting this Guru Vandanam program. Here, 22 Vedic Pandits are here. Today we started morning with Vedavyasa Puja. Rigvedic Pandit, 4 Rigvedic Pandits, and Shukla Yajurveda 4 Pandits, and for Krishna Yajurveda 6 Pandits, Samaveda 4 Pandits, and Atharvana Veda 4 Pandits. Here we started today up to in India 25th Thursday, up to Thursday. I am thinking these Pandits are here available. First I want to start with Rigvedam. All Pandits will stand. Each Pandit will chant 5 minutes. First, all of you hear that. And next, I will give some talks about this Guru Vandana. Why we are celebrating every year this Shraddha Prakatanam to our Sanatana Dharma through Manimama. This is, I want to say, now we are starting Rigvedic Pandits chanting first. Please come. Wow. Yeah. இங்கே இருந்தோம் அப்படி இந்த அவங்களை இது பண்ணுப்பா ஃபோக்கஸ் வெளியே நின்று இங்கே ஒரு கேமரா பாரு நல்லா இருக்கு सर्वाणि सर्वाणि भूतान्यात्मन्येवानुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते. The pure consciousness, if you know pure consciousness alone is real, there is no feeling of insecurity. We are already secure. That is the essence of this mantra. Okay, now the Krishna Yajurveda, they start. Very, very excellent mantra. I bless all of Pandits here. It's very nice. Sayam Prataha Sam Manaso Sayam Prataha, morning and evening, all our minds should be in good path. The Saumanashtami in Samakam also we chant that. Anyway, I want to say some first. I am very. It is a ad hoc program because the Pandits are here available. Manimama also is doing very great service to the Veda in India. Therefore, I want to share my program here. What is going. And I want to say one sloga now, the Guru Vandana blessing. There is a sloga, all of you know, maybe. Ajivam Trayam Sevyam Vedanto Guru Ishvaraha Adav Jnanattaye Vaschat Kritaknatva Nivuttaye. The meaning is this. Ajivam, in whole life, Trayam Sevyam. Three things we should worship. What are they? Vedanto Guru Ishvara. Vedanta means Vedanta Shastra, the Upanishads. Normally we call it Upanishads, which is popularly known as Brahma Vidya and Atma Vidya. This Atma Vidya alone is the Vedanta. We should worship. So what is the way of worship means? Always studying and thinking. It is called Shravana and Manana and Nididhyasana. And Guru. The Guru Bhakti is very, very important. Without Guru Bhakti, we can't understood properly the Vedanta. He alone knows the Sampradaya, how to teach. The key he knows. The very important key he knows, how to interpret the words. According to Adi Shankaracharya, he wrote a big, huge Guru Bhakti, some places. In Mandukya Karika, he says, Prajna Vishakha Veda Shubhita Jalanidhe Veda Namnontarastham Bhutan Nyalokya Mudran Nivirata Janan Jaha Ghore Samudre Karunya Duddhadhara Mritamidam Amaraihi Dullabham Dullaheto Yastam Pujyabhi Pujyam Paramagurumam Padapatayim Natosti. He prostrated to his Paramaguru Guruvadacharya, huge, big reverence. The wholehearted he does pranipata to his Paramaguru. Then we can understand. Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanataha Vyakhyata Sarva Vedantaha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham. In Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya, he, in the introduction, first he do namaskara to all Gurus. Therefore, we must always respect our Gurus with the full reverence. This is called Shraddha Prakarana. Every Guru is the Sampradaya. No, all Gurus are, I am not saying all Gurus are Sampradaya. The traditional Manimama you teach to you, taught you very, very elaborately. But I am saying Vedanta, Guru and Ishvara. Always the reverence worshipping to God also. Vedanta, Guru and Ishvara. For what? First, Jnanattaye. All Jnanattaye. Without the Shraddha Bhakti Prakarana, you don't know the real meaning of Vedanta Shastra. Therefore, Jnana Praptyartham, first we should do our prostration, namaskara, whatever the method, seva, so many type of Shraddha Prakarana. Because what Guru gives to us, we can't repay that. In Tamil, there is a very nice song. Ayyane Yanadulle Nindru Ananta Janmangal Anda Mingane Upadeshikka Vedivanda Guruve Potri our namaskara. And after getting wisdom, for gratitude, the kritathatma nivrittaye, pastat kritathatma nivrittaye, the kritajnaha kritajnaha, kritam janati iti kritajnaha. In Tamil we say nandri, in English we say thank you. The thank you is very small word. Kritam janati, our mother, my mother, how she gave to me, my father. We should always keep the gratitude to our forefathers, our elders, our family members. We must we have that gratitude always inside. That is very important. Pastat kritathanatva nivartaye sevyam. Therefore, I want to say this message for this Guru Vandanam. Ajivam, that is another reading also. Ajivam trayam sevyam Vedanto Guru Ishvaraha Ado Jnanattaye Paschat Kritathanatva Nivartaye. All of you remember this shloka, very nice shloka this. Ajivam trayam sevyam Vedanto Guru Ishvaraha Ado Jnanattaye Paschat Kritathanatva Nivartaye. Therefore, in this Guru Vandanam, all of you remember this shloka. You may practice and chant this shloka now every day. You must remember always what we have from the world, universe. We should contribute more and more to the society. The Brahmanasya tu dehoyam na upabhogaya kalpate iha kleshaya mahate preshya anta sukhaya. We are not coming for comfort, enjoying comforts here. We want to contribute the society, whatever the method. Therefore, I want to say these words, I want to say more and more because of the language problem. Somehow I am managing, even though I am not fully confident, I am now trying to confidently talking to you. Anyway, any mistakes, you know my heart, all of you know my heart, how I am expressing my words. Even though I want to talk in Tamil, but because of the Srinivasan's request, I talk in English. This is very confidently, I just talk from here. I pray for Manimama and Mami and all of other supporters and Mama's students. I prayed Sri Sharadamba and Jagadguru, Chandramodishwara there, and Shankaracharya. I always remember the Shankaracharya temple there. Whenever I chant, I read the Bhashya, I always remember that temple. Therefore, the Saurashtra temple is in my heart. Even though I am not coming there, I always remembering and praying. I pray for all of you, the Vedokta Dirghayu and the Paripurna Shraddha Bhakti in Shastras, and always keeping Dharma Nusthana. Even though we are learning Artha and enjoying some Kama, our main aim is Dharma and Moksha. That is our main goal of our, that is the teaching of our Shastra. We should follow that. Then alone the Guru Vandanam is really fulfilled. I am very happy to say these words. I pray for all of you. In Tamil I say always, I say in English also, intellectual wealth and emotional wealth, intellectual health, emotional health and physical health and vocabulary and verbal health, and verbal health and activities. That also help. Mana nalam, arivu nalam, mana nalam, udal nalam, sol nalam, and shayal, the proper actions and proper good relationships, and of course everybody prosper. This is my prayer. All of you have good life in this birth. This human birth is very rarest birth. conclude this talk and pray and bless all of you. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Siddhajnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Akshamali Jatadhari Agnidhari Guru Shivaha Simmudраnkita Karo Mauni Sarvada Vodhirakshatu Namah Parvati Pataye Sadgurunatha Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you so much.
ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्ति भेद विभागिने ಜ್ಞಾನವತ್ಯಾಪ್ತದೇಹಾಯ ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಮೂರ್ತಯೇ ನಮಃ. நமஸ்கார சுவாமிஜி, நானும் ராஜியும் இங்கே எல்லா சிஷ்யா சார்பாலையும் எல்லாருடைய சார்பாலையும் உங்களுக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். இங்கேருந்து இப்போ நான் வரும்போது உங்களை வந்து ஊரில் வந்து பார்க்குறேன். நீங்கள் இவ்வளோ தூரம் மெனக்கெட்டு எங்களுக்காக இவ்வளோ ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு பிரவச்சனமும் பண்ணி சதுர்வேத பாராயணமும் பண்ண வச்சு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் எனக்கு. இதை விட நான் எதுவும் கேட்க முடியாது. ஆச்சாரியர்களுடைய பரிபூர்ண அனுகிரகம், உங்களுடைய பெரிய சிந்தை, இதெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப. அவளுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் என்னோட நமஸ்காரத்தை சொல்கிறேன். அவள் இந்த மாதிரி வந்து வேத பாராயணம் பண்ணி எங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய சர்ப்ரைஸ் நிற்கிறது. நான் இதை எதிர்பார்க்கவே இல்லை. எங்களுக்கு வேதத்துக்கு ஆசீர்வாதத்தை நீங்களும் அவளுமா பண்டிதாளுமா சேர்ந்து எங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கேன். இது இந்த வேத தர்மத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எங்கள் எல்லா குடும்பங்களுக்கும் அவளுக்கு மேலும் மேலும் நல்ல உத்தரவுத்தரம் அபிவிருத்தியாகி அவள்லாம் அந்த மனசு சாந்தியோடு ரொம்ப நல்லா அவள்லாம் இருக்கணும்னு பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணிக்கிறவங்க. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் சாமி. உங்களுக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணுறேன். உங்கள் லாங்குவேஜ் நல்லாவே இருந்தது. வேறு ஏதோ காரியம் இருக்குது. He's so conscious of his language. I want to equip him to speak more English. லாங்குவேஜ் நல்லாவே இருந்தது சுவாமிஜி. கரெக்ட். எனக்கு மட்டும் இல்லை, இங்கே உள்ள எனக்கு வேண்டாம், இங்கே உள்ள எல்லா ஜனங்களுக்கும் அது வேணும். எனக்கு உங்களோட தமிழை கேட்கறதுக்கு எனக்கு எப்போதுமே ஒரு பெரிய ஆசை. உங்களுக்கு அது தெரியும். ஆனால் இவாளுக்கு எல்லாருக்குமே பிரயோஜனமாக இருக்கணுமே. ஏன்னா இவ்வளோ ஒரு இந்த வித்தியையும் இந்த பெரிய ஆசீர்வாதமும் இவாளுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் கிடைக்கணும்னாக்க நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமதோ என்னவோ இங்கிலீஷ் ஒரு மீடியமாக போயிடுத்தீங்க. என்ன செய்ய முடியும்? அதனால பட்லர் இங்கிலீஷே இல்லை, அது நல்ல இங்கிலீஷ். பட்லர் இங்கிலீஷ் ரொம்ப நல்ல இங்கிலீஷ். என்ன பட்லர் இங்கிலீஷ் தான் கரெக்டாக இருக்கணும். அவன் என்னத்தையாவது நம்ம கேட்டால் அவன் என்னத்தையாவது கொண்டு கொடுத்துட்டான்னா கஷ்டம் தான். ஓகே சாமி, நமஸ்காரம். நமஸ்காரம்.
As Mani Mama shared, our Sashtanga Pranamams to Swamiji for his gracious Anugraha Bhashanam, and also, as Mama said, the surprise bonus for us was the Chaturveda Parayana by the authentic Panditas who are learning and who are a part of that organization. It is also a reminder for us that is who we are, that is our lifestyle, that is how we are supposed to be living. And it is once again our bhagyam that through the grace of Mama, if not like that, we are at least living this life like this. Because as Swamiji said, human birth is the rarest of all. How many human beings are there? How many countries are there? How many people even within India are living the way we are living here? We are able to conduct our life here. It is all because of the grace of Acharyas and blessing of Mani Mama. And that too coming here in this country, once you know what happens once somebody lands in this country, so many temptations, so many things that pull us in so many different directions. And the very reason why we are like this, and not only us, the future generations are also taking interest and following not only the lifestyle but also the anushthanas on a daily basis, and getting to know our roots of the culture is only because of our Guru Mani Mama. So once again, namaskarams to Swamiji for his time, and now we'll continue with the program. We'll do Bhagavad Gita Bhakti Yoga chanting, followed by the Founder Lahari, 3 shlokas, and then we'll continue.
भवति शक्तः प्रभवितुम् न चेदेवं देवः न खलु कुशलः स्पन्दितुमपि अधस्त्वाराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिरपि प्रणन्तुं स्तोतुं वा कर्मकृतपुण्यः प्रभवति जपो जल्पः शिल्पं सकलमपि मुद्रा विरचना गतिः प्रादर्शिन्य रमणवचनाद्याहुतिविधिः प्रणामः संवेशः सुराखिलमात्मा फलचा सपर्यापर्यायस्तव भवतु यन्मे विलसितम् नीराजनविधिः सुधासुते चन्द्रोपलजलवैः अर्घ्यरचना स्वकीयैरम्भोभिः सलिलगिरिसौभित्यतरणम् प्रदीयाभिर्वाभिः तपजगतिभाषां स्तुतिर्यम्
Since this is our event and we all came together to conduct this event and get the blessings of our Guru, that is the only reason, being a student, I am able to stand in front of Mani Mama and speak something. Otherwise, according to our Shastras, allowance is not given for Shishya to stand in front of the Guru and speak. He can only listen. What can a Shishya speak in front of the Guru that the Guru does not himself know or speak? For us, Guru is a Sarvajna. There is nothing he does not know or cannot talk about. But there is one thing that Guru does not speak about ever. That is about himself. He talks about the Shastras, the glory of his Gurus, the glory of Bhagavan, but he never talks about himself. It becomes the responsibility of the Shishyas to always revel in the glory of their own Guru and not only feel that glory internally but also share among other students. In Gita, Sri Krishna says, Bodhayantah parasparam. The devotees, they talk to each other about Bhagavan's glory, and that is how they increase their knowledge and happiness. And that is the state with the students also. Unless we talk about, we vocalize how we feel about our Guru, the others will not know what we have benefited from, how much happiness and bliss that we are enjoying because of the compassion of our Guru. And especially the future generations that may not have had the opportunity to get the same experiences. So they will be able to hear our experiences and realize at least a little bit the glory of one's Guru. So, with Mani Mama's permission, I would now ask some of our students to share their experiences about the Guru. And we'll start with the younger generation first, because although we have more experience, they have a lot more expression. So let us give them an opportunity first, and then we will continue with a few students to share their experiences. Skanda. Do namaskaram.
Come here, come.
You can use this one.
You can use that one.
For everybody.
You can use that one.
Michael, with this.
Use that one.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Namaskarams to my Amma and Appa. Namaskarams to Raji Mami and Mani Mama. Namaskarams to Sri Saradamba and Sri Chandamolishwarar. And namaskarams to all the elders in this room. Everyone gathered here knows that it is a blessing to be present here in this temple. I am still amazed that I too have a small place in this gathering. Not only that, being one of the few that joined the Veda classes later than most, I'm really beginning to believe what my mom says. The Punya Kaingaryam that the elders undertake are transferred to the children and to the grandchildren. To elucidate this, I would have to take you back in years. So during my mom's early childhood, my grandparents took all of her cousins and the entire family to have countless darshans of the acharyas of Sringeri and Shakatapuram. She would recall the long lines, the wait in the crowded halls, and the patient chanting of Ramanama as they waited in the lines. She said that it was all worth the wait, as Sri 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 Bharati Tirtha Swami gave all the children Kalkandir and blessed them after they chanted slokams in the holy presence of the Mahasannidhanam. And many years later, the pangs of still having not visited Sringeri in her heart, my party started writing to the Mahaswami and would request blessings by mail. Her prayers were answered when Meenakshi College donated land for the construction of a Sharadambar temple right in her neighborhood, and Sri 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 Abhinava Vidyartita Swamigar with Sri 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 Bharati Tirtha Swamigar visited this temple every time they came to Chennai, and she could listen to the Anugraha Bhashanams. She would seek the great Acharya's blessings and thank the Divine Mother for her kind grace and presence. All through my grandfather's serious illness and his passing, she kept her faith in Sri Saradamba. My grandmother continues her Kaingaryam at this temple to this day. And I thank my Sharada Party and Srinivasan Tata for being instrumental in leading me to my Guru, Sri Mani Mama. So when my Amma and Appa asked me to prepare a speech for the Guru Vandanam, I asked them what should I write about. And they asked me to think about how I would finish the sentence, Mani Mama is blank. So when I first came to Veda class during my last year in middle school, I was quite nervous to be sitting among people who had already been learning under Mani Mama for quite some time, or so I had imagined. My first day of class started with Ganana Anquam, and I was still somewhat nervous, but Mani Mama was patient with me until I could chant the lesson correctly. After the first class, I would have completed the sentence by saying, Mani Mama is kind and patient. And as I continued my lessons, I have also been exposed to the speeches Mama made during the past couple of years. I also remember sitting with my Amma when she listened to Mama's webinars on Saundarya Lahari. Although I didn't understand much, I remember her amazement at how much he had to share. I also remember listening to one of Mama's lectures when he was explaining the meaning of Yamaya Dharmarajaya Mrityave Shantakaya, and I recognized that as something I chant every day during Sandhyavandanam, and it helped me put the slokam in perspective. At that time, I would have completed the sentence by saying, Mama is a wealth of knowledge. And later that year, I remember the first time Mama invited the students to the Maharudram in June. I had to perform 5,000 Gayatris to participate, and Mama would also hand out Diksha Vastrams to everyone who had completed the 5,000. I saw how serious Mama was about upholding the standards required for participation, and I consider myself lucky to have participated for the past 2 years. And by the way, I also consider myself lucky that eating rasan jadam from the banana leaf was also not a requirement. After my experience at the Maharudram, I would have completed the sentence by saying, Mani Mama is a rigorous guru who leads by example. So not only do we see Mani Mama as a scholar who has learned in the Vedas, Shastras, Puranas and Upanishads, but we have the privilege of seeing him as a benevolent guru who is eager to share his vast knowledge with us. Personally, through Mani Mama's firm guidance and blessings, I have been able to learn Rudram and Chamakam and attend the annual Maharudram, and I also learned the importance of doing Sahasra Gayatris. I found that doing Gayatris helped improve my focus, and I was able to do really well in math and score well in tests that week. So when I hear Mani Mama giving speeches about programs and organizations all around the United States, from San Diego to Detroit, as well as in India, I feel very blessed to be his student. So let me end by saying that we are all very blessed to have Mani Mama living close to us in New Jersey, and pray for the Almighty's blessings to benefit from his guidance for a long time to come. Namaskaram. Thank you.
Thank you, Skanda. Now, Smriti Srinivasan is going to talk.
Namaskaram to all. My name is Smriti Srinivasan, and I have been a student of Mani Mama for the past 8 years. A teacher is said to be an individual who enlightens students, instilling knowledge and instructing all of the students. Mama has been such a teacher who has helped us develop skills of patience, confidence, and virtue, teaching us the foundation of our culture through various slokas. We started with learning the 700 verses of Gita, practicing the verses and understanding the basic meaning behind the text. Through Mama's guidance and encouragement, me, my brother, and a few others have had the great opportunity to recite the Gita in front of His Holiness Sringeri Acharya. After Gita, we continued to learn other shlokas such as the Dakshinamurti Stotram, Sadhana Panchakam, Ganga Stotram, Shivamanasa Puja, and several others. By learning these slokas, we were able to gain awareness of the Advaita philosophy and learn more about Sri Adi Shankara's contributions and glory. Apart from learning, Mama also explains a variety of stories, allowing us to learn key morals and apply them to events occurring in the real world. As I reflect back on the first day I started class, I remember not knowing what to expect, being the only girl in class at the time. Today the class includes numerous students such as kids, ladies, and dads. I realized that every week I found myself enjoying what we learned, whether it was reciting verses, understanding the meaning behind what we learned, or practicing what we already learned. Mani Mama's class has been a fundamental part of my life, and I look forward to attending every week. By going to the class, I have become more responsible, and it is also a great opportunity to interact and meet new people. It has helped me become more disciplined by motivating me to recite the Gita in this temple once a month. Apart from helping me as an individual, The classes helped me connect with my family. At the beginning, it used to be only me and my brother who used to come to class. But today, my entire family, including my parents, all attend the class, motivated by our involvement, and are also eagerly awaiting to go to class. In fact, on Saturday night, it can be very interesting and quite amusing in our house to watch both my parents so focused and practicing for reciting in class the next day. In one room, I can hear my mom earnestly practicing the night before, yet in another room, my dad seems to be doing the same. As I reflect on all of the memories of attending class, I realize that it has emboldened me to become a better person as I apply the values and lessons that I have learned. I would like to conclude by conveying my gratitude to Mama for teaching, motivating, and helping me throughout these years, and I would like to thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Smriti. Very well described. And also for describing the reality in your house. Geeta,
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My humble namaskarams to our acharyas, Shri Mani Mama and Raji Mami, and Shri Ayyar Mama and Padma Mami and all the elders. MD requested me to talk about my family's association with Mani Mama and Raji Mami for this year's Guru Vandana. 10 years back, my family was limited to just the 4 of us, and now the family is expanded many-fold in all of you, and learning and growing together as better human beings and practitioners of our Dharma with dear Mani Mama as our Guru, the teacher who showers unconditional love and affection to not just all of us, but to everyone and everything in this world. If I take a few minutes and reflect back and think about our lives before and after, well, that is huge, unbelievable positive changes. After a couple of years of going to Veda class and seeing Venki, even my father-in-law and father have started making comments. Namath Vadiyar Vandutar. Jokes apart, over these years, we are fortunate to have been associated not only with Mani Mama and Raji Mami, but also with Ayyar Mama, Padma Mami, Rao Mama and Sujata Mami, and many other elders who have been selfless volunteers and caring and affectionate to everyone. This is indeed a wonderful family, all that came together under Mani Mama, united based on the goals of learning and practicing our Dharma and serving the community. Seeing them, we gain confidence that we can lead the rest of our lives being good and serving others. We have been in New Jersey for over 20 years, have come to Stroudsburg, Saylorsburg in the 90s, known some of the senior students like Srinivasan and Rajanarayan family for many years. Srini has suggested Venki to join Mani Mama's class in the early 2000s, but the Didir Jnanodayam to join the class came only in 2008. Since then, himself and a year later, Chirag had joined. I used to drop Chirag and wait in the car to go home. Even though I wanted to go sit in the Gita class, I was a little nervous and afraid to audit in front of Mani Mama. Was not quite sure I could handle it. Then I heard about the fun Chirag is having in the class and about his naughtiness, all the things other monks used to tell me. So I decided to police him. So I started to sit in the Gita class. Quite soon, I have started feeling good and comfortable, learning slokas, practicing and auditing. Sunday afternoons became special, feel so good and refreshed after a satisfactory audit and a nod from Mama. We all look forward to Sunday classes. Any other plans are subject to the Veda class being there or not. My kids have learned to work around the Veda classes. They know this is one that we would not want to miss. Those days before joining Mama's class, we viewed small petty things as the most important ones in life, such as playing cricket for Venki, eating out and late night get-togethers, so Sunday morning looked precious to give up. After experiencing the classes and the impact it had on us, everything else became petty and insignificant. We have even made quite a few late night drive back from Boston after visiting our daughter, just not to miss the class. My father has visited us many times since 90s, but he has found immense joy and peace during the past few trips. He cherishes the SVBF family camp in 2010, and at the end of the trip, he admired everything Mama had been doing for the community and told us that we have been so blessed and fortunate to have the association of Mani Mama, and advised us to make the best use of it forever. I can go on listening what I have learned, what Venki and Chirag have learned in Mani Mama's classes, but there is a lot more that can't be listed, written, or expressed in words. I don't know about you all, but anywhere I get to see Mani Mama and Raji Mami, whether it is at Stroudsburg Temple or Gurayappan Temple, or his home, or in public event, or in say Patel Cash and Carry, I am just overwhelmed with the joy, happiness and pleasure. His affectionate query, Epidima Irka, and the few minutes or seconds interaction makes my day and week. Adu Aladi Santosham, or Inam Puriyada Magishchi Nadan Sonanu. I feel childlike joy, and I yearn for that, and I would like to live for that. And I pray the Acharyas and Ambar for many more such joyful moments. I thank MD and the organizers for giving me a chance to share a few thoughts. Thank you all for listening.
Geeta really expressed what we all feel about Mani Mama. So thank you, Geeta, for that. Now, Sri Prakash will talk.
Ramanuja Dayapatram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkatanathāryam Vande Vedanta Dev Lakshmi Nada Samarambham Nadayam Namatyamam Asmadacharya Varyantam Vande Guru Parampara. This is the beginning or the preamble that every Sri Vaishnavite recites when starting any puja or parayana. The sentence, the first sentence actually, the sloga that sings the glory of Ramanuja and Swami Desikam. The second sentence, which is offering our respects to our gurus, starting with Sriman Narayana, Lakshmi Nada Samarambham, and then going on to express our thanks or respects to Yamanamuni and Nadamuni, the gurus in the Middle Ages, and then moving on to express our respects to all the acharyas and the gurus. Vande Guru Parampara. I bow to the great lineage of gurus that we have had. And this is from the Pravandam that most of the Sri Vaishnavites would have learned by now. Today, I am here to talk about my association with Mani Mama and how it has changed my life. As you all know, Sri Mani Mama was associated with the Bridgewater Temple for several years, even before its construction or Kumbhabhishekam that happened in 1998. And but for him, it wouldn't have been possible to have such a lovely temple today that we all cherish. I started to visit the Bridgewater Temple back in September of 1999, and that was the year when one of my fellow devotees who was coming with me asked me if I can come and recite Dhanurmasa Puja every day at 5 a.m. And that brought me back memories I had with my parents going to the Srinivasa temple near our home to recite Tirupavai, and I immediately agreed. And several years actually, I had met Mani Mama and Raji Mami coming to the temple, and as I was leaving after the Dhanurmasa Puja, they would be coming in, and little did I know that I will be a student of Mani Mama in the years to come to learn Vedam from him. All that happened in 2004 when Sundaram and Ganeshan, who were my ex-roommates before, and they joined Mani Mama's class, and they asked me if I was interested in joining the class. And I agreed, and the only reason was because it was on Sundays. The Saturdays I used to go to Bridgewater Temple for Perumal Thirumanjanam. So it was on Sunday, so immediately I said yes. And that was probably a turning point in my life. And I can probably not thank more Mani Mama for accepting me as a student. It totally transformed my life. I'll give you a few instances of how those things happen. And first Mani Mama's classes were in his house, and a few weeks later, after I joined, we were moved to the Pennington place where we had our classes. And in those classes, we also had a Vinayagar idol where we used to do Vinayagar Puja before the classes. And that was probably a very, very good stepping stone for all of us, and it set the tone for the class, because once you do Vinayagar Puja and then you start the class, it was amazing, and the ambience was phenomenal. And after about a year or so, Vishwanathan Mama, who was with us at that time, asked me if I can come in the evenings to do puja for that Vinayagar. Because it was in a rotation. Several people were doing it, and one of the slots was open, so I was able to come and do the Vinayagar Puja in the evenings. Back then, I didn't have work from home policy or anything at work. So what I would do is I would come back home, take a shower, and come all the way to Pennington from Piscataway to do Vinayagar Puja. Some days it was like at 10 p.m. in the night, but still I would do that. That kind of set in a discipline in me. And to do something that, even though it was very strenuous, to do it with Shraddha. And that helped me a lot and to focus a lot. And once Mani Mama became the chairman of Guruvayurappan Temple, we basically moved our classes from Pennington to Guruvayurappan Temple. And I actually missed the Vinayagar Puja every week that we had in Pennington Temple. And even to this day, I miss that. And what happened was, Mani Mama became the chairman, and he asked some of us, including, I'm not sure if Karthik is here, but Karthik and myself, to be part of the religious team along with Venkatayar Mama to help him to help the priests with the religious activities. And that again was another turning point in my life. Although I was going to Bridgewater Temple, I was never involved so seriously with activities with the priests. I would just go there, sit, recite, and come back. And this was kind of different, and I started liking it. So at that time, the Ekadasis, they used to do Guruvayurappan Abhishekam in the temple in the evenings. And then on the next day for Pradoshan, they would do the Shivan Abhishekam. So I started going there every week for both of them along with Karthik. And that kind of set another discipline in me. And one of the priests, we have some amazing priests in Guruvayurappan Temple, and one of them had suggested to me to observe the Ekadasi Vratam every day, or rather every other week. And I was not so confident. First I dropped the rice in my food on those days. And then slowly I went to liquid diet, and about a year or so, I finally started drinking anything. So that is, to me, observing the Ekadasi Vratam is probably the most cherished thing in my life. And absolutely that wouldn't have been possible but for Mama's blessings. It was, I couldn't imagine having what I was before to do an Ekadasi Vratam every fortnight. It was an amazing feeling. And I am totally indebted to Mama for that. There is nothing greater than observing that Ekadasi. In fact, yesterday was Ekadasi, so it was kind of really an eye opener for me. And in Guruvayurappan Temple, under Mama's guidance, we had several programs that were organized, which allowed me to look at close quarters Mama's management skills and organizational skills, in particular. And that was amazing knowledge. You cannot probably get all that knowledge reading books or anything. That you have to observe and see how Mama interacts with people, and gets things done with probably, I mean, he might be doing a lot of effort behind the scenes. You might not see it outside. So that was indeed a varaprasadam for me to learn from. And probably the crowning jewel in the whole thing was the Mahakumbhabhishekam that was held in 2012. And at that time, the amount of effort, in fact, many of us in this room were involved in helping Mani Mama with the Kumbhabhishekam efforts, and that was an amazing event to be held, because we had Pratishtapana of idols which are in 3 different agamas, and it was needless to say, it was an eye-opener for every one of us to learn all those different things. And probably around 2 or 3 months after after the Kumbhabhishekam was over, Mama, through Venkatayar, Mama asked me if I was willing to take over being chairman of the religious committee for Guruvayurappan temple. And I mean, honestly, even to this day, I would say probably I don't even have 1% of the knowledge that either Mani Mama or Ayyar Mama or Venkatayar Mama have in conducting temple activities. So to me, it was both making me totally nervous, and I was kind of taken aback to be, but I agreed because I know Mama was. In fact, I went to Mama's house trying to talk him out of that decision, and Mama said, "Don't worry, I am always with you, and I will help you every step of the way." And I think until this day, Mama has been helping me every step of the way. And whenever I have a problem, I go to his home, or I probably call him up, and he guides me. And to me, that is something phenomenal, and I don't think we can get that anywhere else. I mean, that is only from a guru you can get that sort of guidance, and we are really blessed to have something like somebody to rely on, to go for guidance to in this day and age. And 3 things I really observe, and 3 things I really cherish about Mani Mama are: he practices what he preaches. I mean, you have several people who can talk to you about various things, but they won't walk the talk. And here is Mani Mama who really walks the talk, and that is something that I really cherish about. And then his principles, he values his principles a lot. I mean, you cannot see any other person, at least not in my life, where I can relate somebody who can practices what he values his principles so much, and that is something that I really cherish. And of course, protecting the Vedas. His breath and soul is all about Vedas. So, needless to say, he does a lot of activities both here and in India to protect the Vedas, and he has done a lot. And we should all be thankful to have him as our guru, and probably help him in every possible way, whichever way we can, to make anything that he wants to accomplish come true. And he has as several of them mentioned before, he has the paripurna kataksham of acharyas and Shardamba to accomplish anything. And if we can, just like how the squirrels helped Rama accomplish going to Lanka, similarly, if we can be a small squirrel in helping him, I think that would be great. And probably to conclude, I would just ask Mama to give us the. Mama has mentioned in several of his lectures about Kukura Diksha, that is basically Acharya not allowing his disciples or his favorite disciples to go away from his sight, line of sight. And similarly, I would wish Mama that he could bestow on all of us, so that we wouldn't have to leave anywhere away from Mama's sight, so that we can all be under him and get his blessings, learn Veda, Vedanta and everything, or slokas and everything, and be part of this great family. Thanks, Mama.
When Mama suggested if Sri Prakash would like to say a few words, and he said he is not very comfortable speaking in front of people. But now you see, he was unstoppable. That is the power of just doing one namaskaram to Mama. You can accomplish anything with Guru Kataksha. That is the pratyaksh right there. Now, a few of us have shared our experiences. This time, we have another special event that I am sure we are going to cherish for years to come throughout our life. Adi Shankaracharya, in his Prashnottara Ratnamalika, gives a lot of advice about the do's and don'ts in life. What is right, what is not. And the way a Prashnottara Ratnamalika starts is, it is like a dialogue between a Shishya and a Guru. And the Shishya is asking, Bhagavan kim upadeya? What is, O Bhagavan, O Guru, what is that one thing that should be attained in life? If it was any of us, our first choice would be money, lots of it. That is the one thing we should attain in life. If we are a little more noble, we will say happiness. A little more religious, we would probably say dharma. Even if we are a little more spiritual, we would even probably say moksha. That is the one thing to be attained in life. But Adi Shankaracharya, being a Sarvajna, he does not say any of these things. He says, you should attain that one thing in life that encompasses all these things and much beyond. And his answer is Guru Vachanam. Bhagavan kim upadeyam? The answer is Guru Vachanam. So, if we are fortunate enough to have a Guru in our life and be able to benefit from the Guru's words, that is guaranteed to grant us not only the dharma, artha, kama, moksha and beyond everything. It gives that supreme happiness to the soul. And what we all could express here is only a tiny bit of the joy that we actually experience because of our Guru. You know, when a kindergarten kid is there and the dad is a double PhD in mathematics, he can solve the most complex problems of mathematics, and the kindergarten kid goes to the dad and asks the dad to solve single-digit additions. And the dad solves it in a couple of minutes and gives. The kindergarten boy feels so happy and thinks about his dad as the greatest dad because he can solve single-digit additions. Because that is the level he can think, he cannot go beyond that. He cannot conceive the greatness of the dad, the glory of what the dad is capable of, because of his own limited intellect. With his own limited intellect, he thinks, oh, my dad can do single-digit additions, and he says it with so much pride to his friends. That is how we all are. We all are able to see only a little bit of the Guru's glory through our own lenses, through what we can perceive, what we think is good, what we think is great. Something that appeals to us personally, only we are able to attach to the Guru. But Guru is much, 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 much more than that. So, it is the Guru Vachanam, as Adi Shankaracharya said, that needs to be in our hearts, in our heads all the time. And fortunately, Mama still agrees to hold this event and give his Anugraha Bhashanam to us every single year, and we are able to cherish that. But we thought if there was a better way for us to have Mama's voice, Mama's upanyasas, and Mama's chanting handy with all of us all the time, there is nothing better than that. That will be our guide. Mama keeps talking about how Bhagavad Gita needs to be a glove compartment book for every household in this world. Like that, a few of us have thought how Mama's lectures and upanyasas and bhashanams for us could be really handy for us. That would be the greatest blessing we all can have, through which we can continuously go through that Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana process that Swamiji was talking about. So to that end, keeping the latest technology in mind, our Guru Srinivasan took the initiative to develop both the Android and iPhone apps, having all of Mama's lectures, talks, and stotras, explanations, etc. We started with Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Right now, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is available in that, and then slowly, one after the other, all the other topics will be added. Now we request Mama to, on this auspicious day, to officially release that app and grant his blessings on all of us. That app is available in the app stores, but only we can search for it using Mama's name, because the technology behind that is still taking time. So in a few weeks, maybe it will fully be available with the name. So meanwhile, we'll send out the link for people to use to download the app, and don't start downloading here. We don't want to overload the servers all at the same time. So we can all do that later. But to start with Mama. This is the app. So it's called SDYM, Sanatana Dharma Yajna Mandali app. So this is the opening space. Can I read it? Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha, Sanatana Dharma Yajna Mandali. Our scriptures say, Manana Trayate iti mantraha. Mantra is that by the manana, or constant recollection of which one is protected or is released from the cycle of births and deaths. The scriptures also highlight that for a disciple, the words of the Guru are the greatest mantra. Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam. Progressing gradually through the phases of Shravana, listening, Manana, recollection, and Nididhyasana, assimilation through deep reflection of the words of the Guru, the disciple attains the supreme knowledge embedded in the words of the Guru and thereby the supreme goal of life. The lectures and classes of our respected Guru Dharmatma Dr. S. Yajna Subramanian are collected and presented here for the benefit of all the students. We offer our sincere pranams to our Guru for his support, guidance and permission for us to use his rendition and explanation of the scriptures in this application. We hope that everyone derives the full benefit of these easily accessible lessons. May the grace of Sharadamba and the blessings of the Acharyas be with you and your family always. So this is the opening screen of the app, and from here you can go into the app with all the other topics. So right now we have Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and here it says, we offer our sincere pranams to our respected Guru Dharmatma Dr. S. Yajna Subramanian for his support, guidance and permission for us to use his rendition of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in this application. And this is categorized by chapter, and the first one is the Dhyana Shlokas. We'll play that, and the first shloka, Mama's audio will be there. After Mama's audio is there, we all can repeat it once, so that it will be like a formal beginning of the learning through the app. Namaskar. Once again, as expressed in the app, we are forever indebted to our Guru Sri Mani Mama for taking numerous hours, week after week, and sometimes day after day, to dedicate himself, sacrificing his family's time, his own time, to ensure that all our lives are uplifted. And for that, we can never ever repay our Guru. And the only way we can at least little bit repay that debt is by constantly keeping these teachings with us and listening to them and practicing and elevating ourselves in our life. That is the only repayment we can offer our Guru. There is nothing else. So once again, pranams to our Guru for allowing his teachings to be released as an app. And once more, a hearty thank you to our Guru Srinivasan. And he has navigated all this process of creating this app, working with multiple vendors, working through Apple, and we used to have late night conference calls, whatnot, and we think an app is a simple thing, but what goes on behind it is a lot more, and but to dealing with a humongous organization like Apple, every T has to be crossed, every I has to be dotted perfectly for them to accept it. And Guru has worked so hard over the last few months to get that ready for this day. So thank you, Guru, once again.
It goes up to that, right?
Now is the moment we primarily have assembled here to listen to our Guru Dharmatma Mani Mama to give his blessings and benediction in the form of Anugraha Bhashanam for the student families. So I prayerfully request Sri Mani Mama to say a few words to us.
भारती करुणा पाख्यम भारती पदभूषणम भारती पदमारूढ़ं भारती कीर्तमाश्रयी विद्यागणे संपूर्णं विपरागते वंदे वेदांत तत्त्वज्ञ शेखर सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वंदे गुरुः। I should first thank Swami Omkarananda. He volunteered to do this. I myself was so surprised. I would not have the courage to go ask him to stay up in the night and take the time to talk to us during a video conference. Not only that, he being who he is, he brought the unique delight and blessing of all the 5 Vedas, Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda separately. I remember the time when I went to Teni. He calls that place Vedapuri. And I used to tell him, there is a lot in common between us. Yours is Vedapuri, ours is Shrautapuri. Shrautapuri is Sanskrit name for Vedapuri. Shruti is Vedas. So that day he gave me the pleasant surprise of giving the opportunity for me to inaugurate the Agni Global Classroom in his place. It was so nice, perfect. And when he visited last time, when he came home, when I kind of mentioned to him about our webinars, he showed interest in seeing how it is done. So I took him downstairs and I just logged on to our GoToWebinar and started to show how I do it every week, and also played the recording of one of the recent lectures. He was so happy that he could see that. He said, this alleviates lot of problems for me so that I don't have to physically go to any place and do it from my own place. And he immediately implemented it. After going to Theni, he built this nice room, beautiful acoustics, and his PA, Mr. Parasuram, he also came here. They enacted the same thing so professionally well. Mine is all amateurish. Wherever I go, I take a laptop. The laptop camera is my camera. And I just talk. Whereas he made it extremely professional. And also in the building that they have recently inaugurated in Chennai, he has done this there also. Because of his health condition, I was concerned that he should not travel too much. And he made use of this technology so well. And he blessed us today, not only himself, with all the Veda Panditas who have assembled there to do a Chadurveda Parayana. That is an independent program. They are all there. And he requested them to recite the mantras for our benefit. That was unique, for which I am so grateful. Is Vishwanathan on the line? Vishwanathan on the line? Okay. Just want to make sure. Not this one. There is Vishwanathan in Bombay. Not this one. Those days, I don't know how many of you may remember, the carts drawn by horses, Kuduravandi, in our places. And when you climb up onto that horse cart, the first thing the guy will tell us, Munnuku vaango, please come forward, because it will be off balance otherwise, you will fall also, or it may lift downwards. So he will always tell you, come forward, come forward. One person who can generously ask everybody to go forward. Munnuku vaango, to take everybody forward. So I came also forward. That gave me the opportunity for me to come forward also today. Okay. I have been telling in all my classes, lectures, that the first step in our spiritual growth, we have already come to some level, so I can now assume that and talk. To transform from a mere action-oriented person, a karmi, to a karma yogi. That is the very first step, most difficult step. Easily said. Karmi, Tamil karmi. Karmi means the myself. It's not that, it's a karmi. Who is very action-oriented. Always wants to do this, that and all. I want to be engaged in a lot of actions. I should be in the middle of actions. At the end of every action, I need to get what I really wanted. Why is this action at all for? This is the driver for a lot of people to go ahead, do actions. Every time to look for what is in me for this action. That's good. That keeps you motivated. A child always wants to get maybe the first rank, second rank, or should be in that percentile. For a person wants to be always excelling in one, to get that promotion, this promotion. Nothing wrong. A beautiful housewife would always like the husband to appreciate whatever food she made. And many times you end up saying, yes, it was so nice. Everybody wants to propel themselves. There's nothing wrong in that. And that motivates us. But we should not stop there. In the path of spirituality, that action-oriented behavior could give us much more returns in terms of benefit than our seeking for a benefit by just only changing the attitude of doing the same action. Action being the same, by just merely fine-tuning the attitude, the same action fetches enormous results which we cannot even fathom. And that change of attitude makes this person from a karmi to a karma yogi. That is the very first step. And karma yogi is doing the same action only, but he does it as a sense of duty or as a sense of an offering to the Lord. Swami Dayananda calls it Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Whatever action I do, I offer to the Lord. And whatever comes out of the action, he takes it as a reward, prasada from the Lord, Ishvara Prasada. So Ishvara Arpana and Ishvara Prasada for a believer. A lot of people don't believe in Ishvara and all that. Many of them, they want to be rationalists. What they forget is a rational person can be still a religious person. They don't understand that. You can be a rationalist, but still do the same action. If you don't want to offer it as an offering to the Lord, do it as a sense of your duty. Because the most unique aspect of duty is you do not expect a reward for a duty performed. That is not the case today. A government official does his duty of doing some approval for you. He wants an additional salary for it. That is not duty. So if you want to do your duty, you don't expect anything out of it. It should be done as a sense of duty. It is your responsibility to do it. So any action done with a sense of duty or with a sense of Ishvara Samarthana, then that action has the unique ability of doing one thing, which you cannot buy in any Macy's, buy one, get one free. That is called the Chitta Shuddhi, the purity of mind. And then if the same thing is repeated very well, with focus, that gives you Chitta Naishchalyam or Chitta Ekagrata. So your mind which is pure, without doshas, and focus, that mind alone can grasp what is taught to achieve higher goals of life. Otherwise it will be vacillating. The nature of mind is that Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Atmakam, Manaha. Mind is naturally have the behavior of changing, supposed to be vacillating. To focus the mind from vacillation and also to equip the mind to be pure, this exercise is required. That is why Krishna said, Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagena charishyate. You can get it only by exercise again and again and again, abhyasa and vairagya, this passion. This is the first step. And of all people, Adi Shankara knows is definitely much more than any of us. Because this is the first step that has to be crossed for anybody to be in spiritual path. So he wrote a text called Moha Mudgaraha. Mudgaraha means the iron prison. Like Irumbu Valakai, he called. You pound again and again and again the mind to get cultivated, cultured, and then be able to reflect on higher values. So he wrote a set of shlokas called Moha Mudgaraha. He tried to find out what is the basic reason for this mind to be going here and there and doesn't become a mind of a karma yogi. And he thought the only reason is delusion. We all get deluded by so many things in life. And the delusion makes us to lead a life which is deluded. It cannot be otherwise. With delusion, you cannot definitely achieve higher goals at all, because it is the nature of delusion. The nature of delusion is such, it will not let you progress to the right path. It diverts your attention and draws you to so many directions that suddenly you think, oh, that is interesting, let me go there. This is interesting. Many times my wife comments on me. She would ask me to respond to some email. Somebody might have asked. I go sit there are a million emails already. And I think this is important, start responding to that. This is important, trust. Never I would not have come to the email that she referred to me. And this is what happens every day. Mind is getting torn on all directions. Because things come in such a fastness and quick succession that we don't have time to reflect on what is the real value of a particular thing. So it needs that focus. If the focus is not there, this is how we'll be torn apart by various things that happen in life, on which you have no control. We think we are the driver. We are not many times. Email is the driver. It drags you so many places. So then that is the kind of thing, to develop that attitude change is a big exercise. Bhadastavate kridasaktaha. As a child, if I ask the child what the child wants, all the time to play, kridasakta. The entire life is spent only in playing for them. Life is full. You might have heard this expression from many children. In my entire life, I will never say the thing. Entire life for 6 years. Entire life only play and play. Play is not wrong. Play is good. Work while you work, play while you play. That is the way to be happy. So play. Nothing wrong. The entire Balavastha is spent on playing only. Balastabda krida saktaha. Tarunastabda taruni saktaha. You become a youth. Then you get different types of play. So many things carry you here and there. You get into relationships. These days, in the Facebook or somewhere, a child has to write, I have a relationship. Then only the child is considered a good child. Or a child who knows how to lead this life in this world. If one doesn't have a relationship, nobody wants to suppose a child wants. You have a relationship. So, Taruni Saktaha, the mind goes to all those directions. Looking for relationships, looking for things which propel them in terms of those kind of, associations with people. Love. This love is different from the love which spirituality talks. All those kinds of things happen. Life is spent on that. Vrittastavat chinta shakta. When the person comes to Vanaprasthi age, not quite old yet, but still that. I want to get out, but I want to be still there. That kind of attitude. Because to make the child only the son, my son is the driver today, not me. That attitude never comes to 99.99% of people. Let me enjoy the back seat. Nobody thinks. They still think I am the driver. I am no more. It is the son the driver, the daughter-in-law the driver more maybe. And all the time chinta, again and again worrying about it. This worry only takes most of the time. They didn't respect me. She didn't respect me. She didn't give me coffee 2 o'clock today. And when that other man came, she gave me she added maybe some more yogurt to him on the plate. She gave me diluted buttermilk for me. Complaints. Always dependencies. Every time I want to think that so and so is there to take care of me. Security from external sources. My son, when he comes back from work, he has to first ask, Dad, how are you? Of course, it is his duty to ask. That his son is not asking, he is doing his duty. Father should not expect that. No need to expect it. I am well myself. I am always well. All other things are all external. Sorrow is external to us. It's not our nature. For us to think sorrow is our nature, we are doing ourselves. What God has Swami Dayananda says, we are not born in a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star hotel, we are born in a million-star hotel. A hotel with millions of stars. Taittiriya Upanishad you have all learned. Yuvat syat yuvat jayakaha asishto dradishto barishtaha tasyayam prithivi sarva vittasya purna syat. For this you are adhyayakaha you are, learned you are. You got a lot of knowledge. Learned the scriptures, learned whatever things to be done, mathematics, whatever. Asishtaha dradishtaha barishtaha. Well committed. Dradishtaha firm. Barishtaha strong. Both physically and mentally. Tasyayam prithivi sarvavitasya purnasya. The entire earth, laden with all its riches, that is all available in front of him. It is for him to take it. This kind of opportunities come in life. With the proper attitude, one should be able to approach them and then be the recipient of that enjoyment. You don't have dependencies at all. Of course, early morning coffee when we want to enjoy, your dependency there. Not just by your wife making the coffee, the guy who planted the coffee seeds, the farmer, all the intermittent things, the processing of the coffee seeds, everything, to give you the right roast. We have to have that right roast. Many people like the coffee, not the taste, but the flavor. When I used to work in my office earlier, they used to make coffees. When I walk into the building, the entire building is all filled with the aroma of the beautiful, very flavorful coffee. Nice. Nothing wrong in enjoying it. What is wrong in enjoying it? It's free. The flavor is there all over in the air. Enjoy it. You have to pay $10 to that, you can think, but it is free. Happiness is all around us. It all what you make of it. That is in our hand. So this Vrittastavata Chinta Shakta, all the time this person is only worried. He is not recognizing me, he is not recognizing me. Oh, I went to that gathering that day, this man, he was walking just passing me, he didn't even look at me. He didn't say, nod his head on me. We will never be happy. If we think that our happiness depends on some external source, even if it is our own relationships, we can never be happy. So, Vriddhastabdha Chinta Saktaha Parame Brahmani Kopi Na Saktaha. Who thinks of that ultimate Brahman, the ultimate reality, even for 1 second? That gives us the immense pleasure. That is unrationed pleasure, unalloyed pleasure, permanent pleasure. We may think only Vedanta should know, that's the problem we have. This is simply common sense. Why Vedanta is required for this? The moment you remove your dependence, the moment you lay the floor on your own home, not depending on some carpenter or some mason, are you not happy? When I put my garage door, I was so happy. My wife one day told me, oh, this you didn't put the ceramic tiles on the wall, it is all splashing on here and there and all. She said so much. I said, don't worry, I'll make the ceramic wall. I made mistakes. I was in the middle of all those fumes. But you get enormous satisfaction when you do yourself. For everything, we can gain happiness ourselves without any dependence. It takes efforts. Nothing is for free in this country. I like that statement. There is nothing like a free meal. No free meal. Even for your own happiness, it's not free. You work. Not for that. 2 days ago, when I was in Baltimore, Gopal, my grandson, I play with him on his level. We have a lot of overlap. I have to give him a monkey ride every time. Now it's difficult to lift him, but still we managed to do that. And I asked him, what is it you want? I want a lot of power, Datta. I want a lot of power. What he means a lot of strength. I want a lot of power. I told him, that is great. You should work for it. Then you will get it. And I asked him, when should you work for it? He looked at me. Tata, right now. Yes, I like that answer. Really, work for it now. This very moment. A child may not understand what he said, but look at the truth behind that answer. Don't procrastinate anything. Happiness is not going to knock at your door. You make out of it, what you make out of every action. So when that action being the same, with a different attitude, when the same thing is performed, it becomes a karma yoga. Karma yoga, you didn't have any expectation, you did a good action, and the phalam is inbuilt in it. I used to tell our people, don't do 1,000 Gayatri and go and expect promotion next day. Tomorrow to work, it will not work. You have to work. At office also you have to work. Nobody will give a promotion to us just like that. Who is going to knock at your door in your office and say, tomorrow? It happens, but for that something else has been already done. For everything work is involved, but do the work with that attitude, then it will bring us enormous happiness. And once the mind is pure, actually there is a small difference in this. The way we try to evolve in our spiritual life, there is only one way, which is the proven way to gain ultimate liberation. When I say liberation from the cycles of birth and death. Karmi to Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi to Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga to Jnana. Jnana to Moksha. Only way. You cannot interchange. Let me gain, because what we normally say, I want to do one thing after I understand. After understanding only I can do, I will be internally convinced. Then only I can do this. If you teach a person who has not gone to the first step of Karma to Karma Yogi and teach him the ultimate effects of jnana. A lot of people used to tell me, oh, the Turiya Avastha of Mandukya is very complicated, Mama. We recently concluded my Mandukya Upanishad lectures. The Turiya mind not able to understand this at all. I'm not surprised, you will not be able to understand, definitely, sure. That means you are listening very well. Turiya cannot be understood that easily. Turiya is you are. You are still trying to objectify yourself. You cannot. It takes time to reflect that. But for the jnana to come, this homework is needed. Karma yogi we have to become. At least that we should strive to become a karma yogi. All of us. This can be achieved by a social service person also. He can do a lot of social service without expecting anything from anybody. I heard recently a person in Madurai who is trying to feed so many thousands of people. So nothing expected. And all these people who are all wandering in the streets, all these old ladies, old men, he just put a thin shed in some land he had and just let them accommodate them all. Otherwise they have no place to go. He is not expecting anything from them at all. They are all good social service. And that will also give him, because he has no expectation. He is very focused. It will also give him Chitta Shuddhi. It will give him Chitta Ekagrata. All that will give. But will it take him to moksha? No. He will get a lot of punya. He will get all our good deeds. For every action we do, there are two kinds of phalam. One is called the drishta phalam, that you see. You give some money to a beggar, give food to a beggar, you see him eat the food and he is happy, that is drishta phalam. You make him happy. But you got an adrishta phalam. That is the punya that you have gained, the merit. That is adrishta. You don't see it. And it grows. It's a bank balance that grows with your attitude. And at some point in time, you will rectify. You will get a better janma. You will go to all those punya lokas. If you believe all these Puranas, he will take you to that loka, this loka, Swarga loka. He can take all those places, but it will not liberate us. If you have to be liberated, then the service is good. It gave you merit. But you have to gain the knowledge of yourself. Who I am. Kastam, koham, kuta ayataha. Acharya says. Who am I? Where I came from. Kame janani, kome tata. Who is my mother? Who is my father? Ask that question. Parame Brahmani, the person who thinks on Brahman, he'll ask. Because to justify the human birth, we have to be different. You should justify this name as a human. For that, this only path, karma yogi, biggest transition, very difficult. For many people it may take several janmas. Aham Brahmasmi, everybody knows. So when people just go and sit in a Upanishad class or something, they start Aham Brahmasmi, I know. Advaitin is Aham Brahmasmi, I know. What is that? We don't know. There is nothing to be known at all. Aham Brahmasmi is the truth. What is that for you to know? It is your nature. But one goes there without the preparation. Samadhi Satka Sampatti alone enables a person to be eligible to gain this knowledge. Shama, Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi Satka Sampatti. I have told all this many times. So we have to gain those qualifications first. Life should be geared in acquiring those qualifications as an individual. And then propel the life in such a way that every moment of my living should be meaningful. Not for anybody else, but for me. Whom I should convince? Not anybody else, myself. How much of help I have for achieving this? What is the population of the world? 5.5 billion. How many are there to help me? 5.5 minus 1. I should help myself. Then 5.5 million. Everybody is there to help. Then you go and ask, I like one thing in this country. May I help you? First question. May I help you? After that, what they really mean, that's not very good. First question is, may I help you? What an attitude. You should live that also. Then you will be happy. By helping a person, you know how much happiness we get. That's why I always tell, if you want to donate some, whatever money you think of, whatever, do it right then. Don't wait for another day. If you want to write a check, put the mailbox, do it at that moment. Your attitude may change tomorrow. The desire to give and the ability to give, both are blessings. A lot of people may have desire to give. They may not be able to give. Even when Krishna was born in the prison, Vasudeva, he mentally offered so many thousands and thousands of cows as Kodana. He's in the prison. Mentally he offered. And when Krishna came of age later, when he did the samskaras to him, in reality, he gave all those cows. Mind should be like that. Chitta Vishalata. Every day when you do Sandhyavandanam and say, Aso Adityaha Brahma, Brahmayeva Ahamasmi, what do you really do? Are you doing it as a ritual? No. What is there in that sun which is 90 million miles away? And what is there in me? The individual sitting here, substantially both are same. That is what we are telling every day. That child at the age of 7, when the child got to Paneram, says that. And the person when he is 80, 90, if he is still doing Sandhyana, he is also saying that. The entire life of 90 years was spent without knowing what that meant. Each minute spent in not trying to know what this Janma is about is a waste of time. if you want to be in this path. Every time we have to acquire. Ano Bhadrakrita, oh Yantu Vishwataha, prepare the praise. Let this knowledge come from all directions. I should be receptive to all of it. Because knowledge, when it comes freely, take it, make use of it. That is very important. Nobody can help us more than ourselves. We can seek help from everyone. Or that I should shed my ego to ask. Tannamayityupasita namyantehe smai kama. One should start us. You do namaskara. You surrender your ego. You approach your people without ego. Many times what is in between us in transaction is what? Is my ego. How can I ask this man for help? By asking this person, he may think that, oh, what this guy, he doesn't even know this. He doesn't know even this, doesn't matter. So what, let him think. We spend all our life worrying about what other person thinks of me. So long as we are confident about doing the right thing, we don't have to be worried about what other person thinks. Let him think what he wants to want. It's okay. It doesn't affect me as a person. I like the Chinese proverb. When you say you are hurt, what does it mean? You allowed yourself to be hurt. Success or failure, they both depend on when you accept it. If you accepted a failure, that means you fail. When failure comes, you still think, no, I am going to still deal with it and go. You know, there used to be a Robert Bruce, the spider thing, and you remember that song. It's a sonnet. Work and work again, boys, you will succeed at last. We have to keep on working. We don't have to accept failure. You can go on working. Till you accept, you have not failed. You don't have to accept failure if you want to succeed. For everything in life, these situations will come. We cannot say they should not come. They will come. They will crash on you. It is your own prarabdha. It's not somebody responsible for it. Your own karma made that to come to you today. Don't blame. As I told you, for what I am today, what should be the answer for it? Stand in front of a mirror. That mirror image will tell you who is responsible for what you are today. Nobody else. My own sukritam or my own durkritam, that is responsible for what I am today or for what I should definitely try to do good deeds, good thoughts. It's not deeds mean just action. Manasa, vacha, karma. By your mind, by your actions, by your good words. Good words don't require enormous effort. You can always say nice things to somebody. Encourage a person. For somebody to encourage another person and saying good words about, and it requires enormous sukritam. Understand that it's not given. For people who do mukastuti, let us not worry about them. They have got business motive. For somebody to spontaneously appreciate another person's talent, that requires a good deed. We have to cultivate all of them. We have to be conscious of them. The moment we are conscious, then we will definitely be in all places. Success and failure is not gauged by something else, it's by us. Of course, they will give you an award and all, that's all fine. No, you can get it. By gaining some 20,000 rupees award, so what, you get it. Then all these children went and chanted before Swamiji, and he gave 21,000 rupees, a nice certificate, cash award to them. Enjoy it. And it comes from Swamiji, even much more valuable. No problem. But don't say, oh, they gave me 21,000, the other place they gave 25,000. Their reward is a reward. When you stand in front of Shardamba, for one person he gave one apple, for another one orange, for another people maybe a few grapes. All are prasad. Take it as prasad. Don't put a subjectivity for the priest to give one apple to this man and 2 apples to that other man. Always good attitude helps us. We have to develop positive attitude in everything. Positive and negative are relative terms. We have to understand that. A negative attitude may not contribute to our happiness. It will not. Positive attitude always contributes to our happiness. And that happiness, if you have acquired, I cannot get from somebody else. I should get it myself. When other people, it could be in the Vedas, it says, Sarvehe Nandan Yashashagarena. Yashashagarena, Yashashagarena. Everybody is happy. When you say you are great, he is happy. When all his children spoke about me, I am happy. Let the happiness be there. I don't have to know that. No problem, I can be happy. What is wrong with that? When happiness comes, happily receive it. Nothing wrong. But don't make that as a condition for you to be happy. You are happy yourself. This is a tough learning. To accept this is tough. That is why we need to have the Abhyasa and Vairagya. And that will come for a period of time if we put our efforts into that. For that we have to put a conscious effort. This can come at any age, understand that. For somebody it could be a young age. For somebody it will be several janmas. Doesn't matter. But that shouldn't go. And once that is there, now all you people doing this, various samskaras he was mentioning, we were not otherwise doing it, now we are all doing it, so we subscribe to this, we believe in it, it has made change in life. So it has made a statement, it changed, no, a big change in his life. Nobody can change you, understand that, unless you wish to change. If somebody says they have changed it, they were amenable internally for a change. Otherwise, you cannot change something just like that. Unless I have sukritam, unless I have done punya, unless I have gained merit, that opportune moment will not come, and even if it comes, it will not allow me to take advantage of that. For so many people, it is all common to everybody. We never restricted our classes. How many have come? And even after coming, how many wanted to sit in the rigor of going through this? And see, I always tell our people, our classes are self-filtering. Somebody doesn't belong here, he won't stay here, he will go. I don't have to ask somebody to go, he will go. If you don't belong here, you will go from here. Sukritam should be done. For that, good samskaras are needed. Good samskaras we have to develop. You have to believe in them. This is the only way even for Jnana Marga. For somebody to gain moksha also, this is the only way. Karmi, Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi, Jnanam. Jnanam, Jnana Yogi. Jnana Yogi, Jnanam. Jnanam, moksha. Only way. So by shortcutting this, you are not gaining anything. Sometimes it may even cause damage to us. I may say, oh, I know Aham Brahmasmi, Advaitam, I know. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Purnosmi also. Aham Truptosmi also. Am I ever satisfied with anything? Do I ever think I am full? I always have wants. I want this, I want that, because I think by wanting something and gaining that, I become fuller. I am inherently full. When will you accept it? He doesn't have to be a billionaire to be full. I always tell there are two types of beggars, right? One beggar is who doesn't have anything and is a real beggar. Another guy who thinks he is a beggar. He has $1 million, he wants billion. He is a beggar too. Such a big beggar he is. This guy at least only wants a square meal. That guy wants another, whatever, 1 billion minus 1 million, somebody can subtract. He is also a beggar. When Mahabali, Krishna, after doing the big Rajasya Yajna, I'll start with this. Dharmaputra was so happy. So he told Krishna, hey Krishna, have you seen an yajna like that anywhere? You know how much I have given to people? So many people have been benefited. I was giving left and right to all of them. There are so many people who came, and so many brahmanas came, so many poor people came, so many people came and took food here. I was telling so nicely. Krishna said, yes, Minister, you did a great job. So let us go. Maybe we can go to the Netherlands. Mahabali Chakravarti is there. So he took him to him. And when Mahabali was inside, he asked these people to wait. Already in this class, he became like a punctured tire. Because he is such a great emperor and somebody is asking him to wait outside before letting him inside. Okay, he was waiting. Then he called Krishna inside. Krishna went. It's like a Pranat, Vishtra. He has recently performed such a great Rajasuya Yajna. And that he gave so much of dana. Whatever Yudhishthira told him, he narrated the entire thing to Mahabali. And Mahabali said, you want me to see that Papi? He is the Raja of that kingdom. That there are so many thousands and thousands of people. They are ready to receive dana, alms from someone. So many people needed food to be taken food from this yaga. And he is proud of feeding so many people in his kingdom. I don't want to see that Papi. Not to learn in all these things. Many times we take things for granted. They are not granted. If you got something, you work for it, whether in this Janma or in the previous Janma. But let it not go into the head. Always head should be where? On the shoulders. Regardless of whatever money comes, power comes, fame comes, it should never leave the shoulder and go to the flowers. Then it can get any time affected. That ego has to be clipped. And when that is clipped, we will have nothing to worry. It gives us only happiness. When I say all these things, whether I have been a full recipient of all these principles myself, somebody may have a question, or they may have a doubt. Many of you have been seeing me close quarters for so many. It is 28th year of classes. 29th Vijayadashami, but 28th year of classes. We started the class on a Wednesday day. To some extent, perhaps we might observe it also. To some extent. That doesn't mean I don't know what is also. That doesn't mean I also don't go through ripples in life. But they are all attributed to Prana. They will come. If I have to keep myself saying that they will not come, they should not come, I am cheating myself. They will come. But the ability to deal with it, for that Ishvara Anugraha is very needed. Extremely needed. That is why the Acharyas, for us, nobody has given Rama, Lakshmana, Sharda, Chandramolishwara. But we see our Acharyas. And they are the embodiment of Ishvara, Guru, Atma, Iti Murti Veda Vibhakini, Vyamavrityapta Dekaya, Dakshinamurti Namaha. That Ishvara, that Guru, that Atma, all you see in the Acharya. That is why, among the various reasons, the two reasons that Srinivas told in the beginning for my conduct, allowing to conduct this class, this program, that is true. But there is one other significant thing also, which he forgot to mention, is for the sake of these children. In this country, the Guru concept is not at all deep in our system. A Guru is 3 credit, 4 credit, $400, $1,000, there it ends. For us to have affiliation with a Guru as a mentor, as a savior, as an embodiment of God, that is unique to our culture. That none of these children will be able to either appreciate or enjoy if they are not exposed to this. Of course, in the house, there are some exposure given, fortunately to some of these children, but many don't. So if we have to have that in them, we have to have this exposure to them. And for that, when they see their parents respecting their Guru, and then offering prostrations to him, and look up to him as their mentor, naturally, they also develop those tendencies in them, which they will try to inculcate in their children also. This is unique in our culture. Worshipping the mother, the parents, the guru, all of them. They are unique in our culture that the children have to have. And that is the reason I also wanted this to be done. Because they have a first-hand knowledge to see what the guru is when the prasadam comes from Sringeri or Kanchipuram or any other place. With what reverence we take it. With what reverence all our people reflect to that. They see that. When they see it, definitely it will be staying in some corner. And at some point in time it will come out. And it will help not only them, their children, and that is the generation also to some extent. We have done our duty in exposing you guys to this culture. This is an indebtedness that you people have through your elder generation. And if you don't do this to your younger generation, I'm telling you kids, if you don't do this to your younger generation, you will be failing in paying the debt back from whom you got this. So you make sure that not only you grow up to be individuals, fostering this culture and tradition, also should be able to motivate your children when they grow and allow them to follow this line. That is why in the scriptures, 3 generations are always mentioned. The great-grandfather, grandfather, and father. And you will become great-grandfather one day. And you would like to see your great-grandson follow this. This is important. For this culture to go like the plant and water, has to go like that. So with this, I will just offer my namaskarams to both acharyas of Sringeri and all acharyas, without whose grace this would not have been possible. I conduct my classes as an yajna, understand that. This, I don't want to say it too much because I can just only say as an adjective. I conduct the classes as an yajna. I hate to cancel any class unless I really put to do it. I don't like to cancel any classes. And I will teach even if there is only one sincere student sitting there. Doesn't matter. I never wanted to fill up the classroom. If they don't have Shraddha, no need to come. If somebody wants to only see what is happening here and I came to just to visit, you can visit from outside and see. You don't have to come to class. I tell them very clearly. Because Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwashaha Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Faith in the teachings of the Guru, as he said. Whomsoever you have taken as the Guru, doesn't matter. Put faith in that. You do your homework also. That is true. Nobody needs to accept anything without understanding. That is the power of our Sanatana Dharma. They never allowed to accept anything because including the Guru, if he says, that is why they have this Tarka, Nyaya, Mimamsa, all these sciences. To understand Vedanta, you should know. Tarka refutes, Vedanta refutes Tarka Shastra. But you should be a great Tarkika to understand it. That is why always ask questions and questions and questions before you just come to any decision, even if it is for the teaching. Ask the question. Be a fool once, then being a fool for the entire lifetime, but not by not asking that one question. In the class, that's a problem. What all of us are going to think if I ask this question? Don't let them think. He can also be groping in his ignorance. Doesn't matter. Always. Teacher likes when people ask questions. Not that the teacher will have all answers. If he doesn't have an answer, it is an exercise for him to go find an answer. He can also. That is why Swadhyayam, Pravachanam. Both are given. Swadhyaya, Pravachana, Dhyana, Prasna, Prajna. Should not relinquish Swadhyayam, your own learning and Pravachana. Teaching. I am so glad that not only you, our families of your classes also, they are all involved in this. Because the family that prays together stays together. They enjoy the fruits of it together. It will give them good harmony in the family, which is very lacking in many places. So that is one thing. When she said that it is not a four-member family, it is the family of so many people of like mind. Where will you get it? So this, by just only a small effort on our part to get associated and subscribe to a common goal. Now with that, I will stop whatever I wanted to say, except that I have this present duty to honor our auditors, our teachers, all those who help continue this culture. I may want to teach a lot of people, but I am physically one person. It is impossible for a person to be in so many places. Even though I have remote classes in San Diego, in Texas, in Houston, in Detroit. But in each of those classes, there is somebody who is managing that. And here also, it is all managed by so many other people. So they do the auditing, because auditing is an integral part of our class. I don't let anybody go to auditing. And there are now new teachers have come. To teach Vedam is not easy. You have to be very careful. Because if a student is not able to pronounce one particular word, because many of them are compound words in Sanskrit, samasaras. And if somebody has to teach that, many students may not be able to repeat it. Many of them may not know Sanskrit, or even if they know, the complexity of a word may not lend itself easy to be repeated. So the teacher should be capable of doing padachedam, split the word, and then be able to teach. That every teacher cannot do it. So there will be only a few. If you really see, there are not many Veda teachers at all. And even if there are other teachers, to be able to do it like this, that is even more challenging. And also to enforce the Anushtana, it is very, very challenging, most challenging than all of them. Because to make people follow Anushtana is tough. Swami Dayananda used to tell me, I don't know how are you doing this. He used to ask me that question. Swamiji, what you are asking me this question? So he used to ask this question, I don't know how you make these people come like this. For that, to be able to teach and then convince them, you should be a role model. Earlier when Vishwanatha used to be here, he was a great Anushtata. He used to follow all the Anushtanas very well. And then he was an auditor, and he was also a small amount of teaching at that period. Now, after a long time, I gave the opportunity for several people, but they were not sure of the Anushtana part of it. Because Anushtana has no compromise. Anushtana has no compromise. So for that to be subscribe to that, many people hesitate and they are having the internal fear. How I can approach this? So for that now, I have Srinivas, MD, who has risen himself to a level of following the Anushtana rigorously. And then also the ability to teach Vedas. Because the way he learned Sanskrit and also to be able to split mantras if there is a need to split it. That confidence unless somebody has, we cannot teach. One should not even venture to teach. So that I am very happy that he is able to do it now. Because for every teacher, this is also a challenge. Not only he should teach, you should also have students who will raise up to the level of continuing the teaching. So that is a challenge. So that I am so glad. And there are so many of his students who have come from Connecticut for this function. And actually for people from other centers, remote centers, we could not happen. Maybe I will go there. Because in Texas, in Houston itself, we have got so many families, a lot of families there itself. So everywhere maybe I may have to go once in a day. I go do some in-person class also. But with this case, foreign tuition is not done in those places. So I want to now honor all our teachers and auditors who have been an integral part of our class system and then who have taken enormous pains and then are able to teach and continue this teaching. So Vishwanathan he was their senior most teacher. He is no more here. He is in Bombay. So now as a teacher, I for Vedas, MD. Manita. This is for being supportive of him for doing this. And for me separately as a teacher, for some reason, I will teach also. Ask the teacher for something like
Teachers have a tough job to do. He said he's going to honor the teachers and took the belt out. I was a little hesitant what kind of a blessing I was.
so you got a regular blessing. Come on, come on. That is to give also this, the person is honored, also the feeling, yes, it is not just a gift. Actually, auditors in Houston we have Karthik, and in San Diego we have Sri Ram Narayan. Actually, Sri Ram Narayan is not here today. I'll just make a mention. Maybe the very class is going on. For him, he was the first person to request me for a Veda class. The first class was conducted in Ayur Mama's house because of the instigation of the party. She was the one who was responsible to make sure the class is conducted as the party made sure. And she not only she made sure, she enrolled her Ayur Mama in the class also. And Sri Ram Narayan only he asked me first whether I can teach him class. So he is the auditor now in San Diego. He is not here. And Karthik is in Houston. And Detroit, of course, is being audited by our Shiva and MD. Sometimes Susanathan audits from India also. Sometimes. And now for Bhagavad Gita teaching, Asim. And Guru wanted to take this learning exercise to a different level by developing this app, and that is going to be for other lectures also, and especially the teacher teaching, repeating it himself again and teaching, splitting the various padas, that is unique. That kind of teaching is not available in the web system, to my knowledge yet, for either Bhagavad Gita or for any other scriptures. That it is his own creation. Anybody else teaching Gita? No other Veda teacher. No other Gita teachers also. And now Ayyan Mami for the Soundra Lahari and so many other things. Come, and Ayyan Mama can come with her. For Ayyan Mami to be able to teach anything, Ayyan has to drive her.
No, luckily she teaches at home.
No, but now she
I can't drive.
she has offered to teach in the SPBF here.
That is true. Amani.
And Tirupugar. Yes. Come. Maybe I should have come down now. I don't want to do it still. I don't want to accept your role. I don't want to accept your role. I don't want to accept your role yet. Normally you say he's 82 years young. No, I don't. And Vanita is done. And who else is teaching? You don't know it. Bhuvana has not come today. She completed 25 years of her school recently. I could not stay in the function, but I went out later. But anyway, when she comes, I will And anybody else has come? Oh, Krishnamurti came later. Okay, Abdul Prasad was here. Oh, that's nice. Just we wanted to find out. I didn't see you at that time. I thought by any chance I missed you. And any other teacher? So nobody else is there as teachers? No other teachers? Okay, if there are no teachers, if there are no other teachers or anybody else, and I also thank some of our Dr. and Uma Jayaraman and Dr. Jayaraman, they came today, and I'm so pleased that you are able to make it today. He used to be perhaps attending all of the webinars and classes for long, both of them. So they are today. I'm so happy that people come. And also maybe other people like Rimala, one of our trustees from Guruvayurappa and Sanatana. So they all come to Guruvayurappa also as other trustees. And anybody else is there who would have come? I guess I don't see anybody else. So if not anybody else, I would like to conclude this thing. And Krishnamurti has brought the program, and as organizers, you know, listening to some people. Santosh. Because to put together this program also requires enormous homework. Srividya. Yeah, for Santosh to work Srividya is needed. Drive when we used to be in chemistry, you know, the guy who washes the beaker also gets an authorship. The paper. Anybody else? Did we miss anybody? Did we miss anybody? Okay. If you are done. Okay, thank you so much. Yo Veda Dauswara Prokto Vedante Chatratishaha Rasya Pratilina Se Parasambheshwara Satguru Satnamanda. Hey Ramana, you are teaching also. He says that you are teaching something else. Come on. If everybody is going, please come. Ramana, come. Oh, he is teaching. You are teaching Gita? You are teaching Gita. Come.
எப்படி கியூ வர போகுது? I don't know if we want to continue or
yeah, you need to take photo.
Then we can do this.
நீங்க மூவ் பண்ணுங்க சார் அத.
One second.
அந்த இடத்துல வெச்சுக்கோங்க.
எல்லாமே அப்படி மூவ் பண்ணனும் சேம் டே. Maybe அங்க
சென்டர்ல வெச்சுக்கோங்க. மூவ் பண்ண முடியுமாங்க?
இல்ல அது வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க.
ஏய் இத எடுத்துறீங்களா?
போறமா?
போறோம்.
ஓகே.
சரி அப்ப எடுத்துருங்க. Thank you very much.